uh, like I said, over 1,000 people on the training that we did on Saturday, introducing helium track to everybody. You don't want to miss tomorrow night. I'm telling you, everybody, and tell everybody on your team that they need to make sure that they're there, because you're going to get the second half of helium track, and you guys are going to be blown away at some of the things that Rick and Eric are going to show you. So, hey, if you're brand new, welcome. My name is Chuck Hansen. I'm going to be your co-host this evening, along with my buddy, the professor, Michael Stern, out in Scottsdale, Arizona. So, you know what my job is here this evening, and for some of you this morning, there's people on here from Cyprus, there's people on here from Guatemala, there's people on here from Vietnam, there's people on here from all over the globe listening to what's happening with iHUB. We've just gone over 100,000 affiliates, and for a company that's just barely over 90 days old, that's phenomenal growth. I mean, no matter what, that's phenomenal growth. I've had and built some large and exciting companies in the past, but this has been certainly already an amazing journey. So what my job is here this evening is to tell you a story about a company called Helium, a cryptocurrency called Helium, not to be confused with the gas, right? And also about something called the Internet of Things, which I knew nothing about a year ago. But you know, you guys are going to get to understand exactly what I saw just over a year ago. So let me get this whole thing. Started from the beginning. And like I said, welcome to iHUB Global. My name is maybe I can't. No, I don't think I did that right, Michael. I think I did that wrong. Let me get back to where I was, because I think I didn't do that right. No, you just gotta make sure you do things right. Now we go. Now I got it right. Practice makes perfect. So with that, again, welcome to iHUB Global. My name is Chuck Hansen. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. And what we want to do is show you how you can own a share of the world's largest and first peer-to-peer wireless network. So let that sink in a little bit. Own a share of the world's largest and first peer-to-peer wireless network. So right now, I just took that right a little bit ago, edited that out, over 106,000 hotspots. Now, you might not know what a hotspot is, but by the time you leave us tonight, you will know what a hotspot is. When we first started looking at the Helium network, there were only about, less than 7,000 hotspots on the map. So right now, over 106,000. So it's grown a little bit. So, what we're going to talk to you about is, all of the things that I just mentioned, right? We're going to talk to you about the Helium network. And to get things started, I'm going to play you just a very short little video that I think will set up things. So with that, I'll get that whole thing started, or will I? I guess I won't. Michael, I think I'm on. I think I'm going to stop that.
Yeah, you may have started the presentation already, and you got to stop it so you can go to that slide and play it.
Yeah. So I gotta stop. Sorry, guys. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I gotta stop the whole thing. Okay. Now I'll go to share, but
yeah, just go and set up that slide so that when you share it, you can start it there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but it,
And then just start your slideshow from the current slide.
yeah, but it's still having a challenge, buddy.
No, you need to click at the top, start from slideshow from current slide. Yeah. Correct.
It's still having a problem.
Oh. Well,
Okay, we're gonna get this figured out in 1 second, guys. I apologize for that, but we will figure it out. I'm gonna go to a different presentation. So we'll chop the. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of that. And we're gonna get right on to this.
Welcome to iHUB and congratulations. You know what they say, you get 1 or 2 great opportunities in a lifetime. Well, I truly believe you are in front of one of those opportunities right now. The reason I say that is simple. It happened to me. Explain just a little. We're about to learn about cryptocurrency mining in the world of the Internet of Things, or the IoT network. A little perspective. The IoT is bigger than Wi-Fi. It's all the things that run off the internet, like appliances, security cameras, sensors, healthy devices, and on and on. We, iHUB, partnered with the largest IoT network in the world to grow it globally. We, meaning you and I, are now in a position to own the network. The IoT network is larger than any internet network or phone network on the planet. Owning networks is how wealth is created, and you're standing before it right now. So yes, I do believe this is an opportunity of a lifetime for me and for you. Listen, there is a lot of education for most of us with learning about blockchain, crypto mining, IoT network, and more. But trust me when I say it's as simple as plugging in an iHUB unit in your home or business and letting it earn for you in the network. After you join for free, you'll see real results in real time, earning big right now. At minimum, get your iHUB miner today. But if you're like me and want to own the network, you can build a legacy with the iHUB affiliate program. Time to get started. Join for free.
Time to get started. Time to join for free. Yeah, couldn't be better advice. So, you know, I'm going to show you some things, and this is not a this is, you know, I really want to talk to you about an income disclosure, right? This is not any of those things. You know, I want to show you how you can earn an awful lot of money by being at the right place at the right time, and only referring just a handful of people. And we're going to talk about that right after I let you see this little video here. This is a video that's put out by Helium, and it really does kind of set the stage as to what the IoT network is all about. So let me let this gal tell you all about it.
We've all used Wi-Fi for stuff like this.
So adorable.
And cellular data for stuff like this. Triaxolotl. Every day we connect to the internet, but it's not just people. From parking meters to packages, even these damn scooters. All these things should connect to the internet. Even this dog. Well, not the dog, but its collar. Seems like this little guy is lost. Luckily, he's got a smart collar on it. But that smart collar isn't so smart without the internet. Cellular data plans can be pricey. It's not like Sean could just log into this cafe's Wi-Fi real quick.
Hey, I like your dog.
Oh, it's not my dog. I'm just using him to demonstrate a point.
What's your point?
Glad you asked. Wouldn't it make sense for all of these things to have their own internet? A network that works just for them, so they could always stay connected anywhere, anytime. That's the kind of future I want to live in. Guess what? We can. With the Helium hotspot.
Honey, who's that?
I'm the future.
It's, the future?
The Helium Hotspot's a new kind of wireless device where you and your community can create a network for the Internet of Things.
So like a Wi-Fi router?
No, it's long-fi. It reaches 200 times farther.
But why would I?
Why would you put this in your house?
Glad you asked.
Well, you're helping to power a better future for the city you live in, building a community of connectivity, making all sorts of things possible that aren't today, like helping you find lost things. Connecting to things that can tell you when your food's expired. That is expired. Even powering sensors that help detect wildfires, so people and their things can stay safe.
What else?
Isn't that enough? The whole thing about building a better future for your children and your children's children?
We don't have kids.
Well, for people who care about that sort of thing, you get rewarded helium tokens, a cryptocurrency as a thank you for building the network and enabling devices to connect. So any more questions?
Yeah, whose dog is this?
Yep.
See, when the Internet of Things gets better, everything gets better.
Even finding your dog. This yours?
Sean, thank you. Come here, buddy. Oh, thank you.
With the Helium Hotspot, you're helping to create a more connected future.
What's helium?
So glad you asked.
Every day, we connect to the Internet. But it's not just people. So what else connects to the Internet?
I don't know.
I'm glad you asked.
What else connects to the internet? You know, that was a question that I asked, right? What else connects? I thought the internet was just for people. It's not just for people, right? It's for all the Internet of Things and things that are taking place. So the Internet of Things is already an $800 billion a year industry, and over 8.4 billion devices or things, like she just mentioned, are now connecting to the internet some form or fashion, right? They're using cellular data plans or Wi-Fi or any other way to get their data to the cloud. And, you know, when I was first asked that question, if I knew anything about the Internet of Things, I had no clue, not one clue. I started asking a few of my friends, and most of them didn't have a clue. You know, I kept doing my due diligence. I discovered that by just a few years, this will be a $2 to $3 trillion a year industry, and that there's going to be 70 to 80 billion devices, maybe more. There are thousands of companies that are building products and services and software just for the Internet of Things. What I love best about this whole thing is that we get paid in a cryptocurrency, right? It was all started by Helium, the company, in 2013. And as you saw earlier, over 100,000, over 102,000 now hotspots, those little devices that Helium has, incentivized all of us to have. And we'll show you how you can have one of those here very shortly. The other part is that we get paid in Helium cryptocurrency. You know, amazing. We wrote all the software, all the proprietary software to be able to do that. In June of 2020, Helium was 25 cents. Wasn't very exciting. But by May, you know, it was $23. That's exciting. Right now it's floating about $13 to $15 up and down, right? Just like cryptocurrency is. Let me show you this little video that we produced. It really kind of sets the stage for some software that we introduced to everybody on Saturday called Helium Track.
Do you know who owns your wireless network? Most likely, some ginormous big brand tech company with stacks and stacks of moolah. Well, what if you were able to own part of a similar network, which is growing constantly every day? It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT network. Heard of it? It powers billions of all those helpful things like our beautiful smart devices, life-saving medical sensors, security monitors, remote tracking devices, and the list goes on. So now you know you could help power all that and get paid for it in Helium, which is a form of cryptocurrency. You know the digital currency that's super secure because it's kept in an online fortress of solitude called blockchain technology? But you might have known that. And all that happens from this one little device called a helium hotspot you can get from iHUB Global. All you do is plug it in and start earning or mining helium automatically, which goes directly into your account. Simple as that. You basically earn money by doing practically nothing, so you can afford to spend more time with who's important to you. Earnings vary based on where you live, and iHUB will show you simple ways to track how much you earn every day. You can also bring in your family and friends to earn more as an affiliate. And they'll earn too while we build the biggest network in the world together. And eventually, your earnings go even higher and higher with our shared hosting plan. Okay, then why iHUB Global, you ask? Because it's free to start. Our mission is growing the network by more of us owning the network. We'll do it together with simple training on the basics. We'll also show you simple earning strategies to grow. By using our proprietary app called Helium Track, you can track your hotspots and run virtual simulations to place free hotspots in the best locations to further expand your network of affiliates and earnings. Who knew owning this network could be so easy? So if you're ready, let's grow together with iHUB Global. Join and request a hotspot for your home or office today for free.
So guys, that kind of sets the stage for
Do you
what it
know
is and where we're going.
who owns
We launched the Helium Track software here the other day to over 1,000 people. And tomorrow night at 9 o'clock East Coast time, you don't want to miss it because we are launching the second half of what you saw on Saturday. So you definitely don't want to miss it. So, guys, it all started with this little machine, right? And it started being deployed in August of 2019. So not very long ago, right? Not very long ago. And it all started with that. And then it evolved to the second generation of that hotspot. This particular machine called the Rack Wireless has proprietary software on it, so we can pay commissions in our affiliate referral plan in Helium, right? In Helium cryptocurrency. We call these things an iHUB miner, a Helium hotspot. Some of us call them a passive income generator or a pig. What I love best about this is that there's no competition. There's nobody else doing what we're doing. There's nobody else building another network like the Helium network. You can make money with this little machine 24/7, 365. You plug it in, walk away from it, and that's it. I mean, it's not very complicated. There's no monthly fees, no licensing fees, no auto ship to think about. Nothing like that. We're not a network marketing company or an MLM. We have no recruiting required. However, if you want to refer some people that join for free, you have the ability to do that and get paid a referral commission. I'll show you more about that in a little bit. We're totally recession proof. You see these 80 billion devices that will be shortly joining the world are going to continue no matter what. They're going to continue sending data no matter if there's a recession, if there's a pandemic, if there's a Democrat, if there's a Republican in the White House. They don't care, right? They're going to continue to work. And what are these little devices? The Internet of Things. Like she says, it's all these little things, the smart appliances, the smart homes, the smart pet collars, bike trackers, asset tracking, and the list goes on and on and on. All these different sensors, all these devices will have their own internet. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of all the things that you're going to see that'll make life easier and less complicated as we move forward. So let me introduce you to a good friend of mine who was my first guinea pig, the first person I took an iHUB miner to. My my doctor here in town.
Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Tunis, a board-certified ophthalmologist, a fellow of the American College of Surgeons, and I've been in active full-time practice for 36 years. For that time, I've had a lot of people come to me with different business opportunities, and my response has always been the same: thanks, but no thanks. I'm busy doing what I'm doing already. However, when one of my trusted and loyal patients, who I have known for 20 years and done surgery on, introduced me to iHUB Global and explained to me that I could earn helium cryptocurrency without purchasing anything simply by hosting a helium hotspot in my office, I had to investigate the opportunity.
Helium Network is a community-based wireless network of hotspots that provide a cost-effective and secure way for the low-power smart devices to send data to and from the internet, or the Internet of Things.
With iHUB Global, I in fact discovered that I could host a helium hotspot in my office at no cost to me, without ongoing maintenance, fees, or software or licenses, and I would in fact earn helium cryptocurrency. Now, as a practicing healthcare professional, I can tell you that no one has ever offered to put an income-producing piece of equipment in my office for anything less than $50,000, let alone for nothing.
Consider the future integration of these rapidly evolving technologies, the expansion of telemedicine, the evolution of smart diagnostic equipment, the increased use of remote patient monitoring devices, the Helium Network and its ability to transmit data from smart devices far less expensively than cellular or GPS, a cryptocurrency linked exclusively to the tangible infrastructure of the Helium Network, and a passive income stream of helium cryptocurrency, which has appreciated over 4,000% in less than 1 year.
I thought I must share this opportunity, and the network is even more valuable when it expands. So I looked out my window and realized that my dentist is 2 miles down the street. She has a perfect location for a hotspot, and she'll understand this concept right away. So I had to tell her about it. I thought maybe she'll be interested, and maybe she won't. No sales pressure. One thing I'm quite sure of: if I don't tell her about it now, in 5 years, she'll be asking me why I didn't. Oh, hi, Stephanie, right?
Hi, Scott. And yes, you're right about that. This is multiple cutting-edge technologies all converging into one perfect storm.
Join iHUB Global as an affiliate for free. Reserve a hotspot at no cost for your address. And join our weekly schedule of Zoom calls to learn about the Helium Network, the Internet of Things, and how you can host a free iHUB Global hotspot, which will put helium cryptocurrency in your wallet. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Okay, so you've learned a little bit about helium. You've learned a little bit about the helium cryptocurrency. You've learned a little bit about the IoT network, right? Now let's talk to you specifically about some of our hotspots that are around the country. The first one that I'm going to talk to you about is the Trendy Tan Duck. Yes, they all have those cute little names, right? We don't name them. They come named from the factory. This happens to be at our CEO's house down in Vero Beach, Florida. These earnings, this was as of July the 12th, right? This little machine has earned in the past 30 days $1,860. That's when helium was about $15, so thereabouts, right? To date, it has earned $1,217 at $15, or about $18,000. Now, if you would have been the person that referred Rick to helium and he put a hotspot in his home, you would have earned a 10% commission. 10% of that, right, is 121 helium times $15. You'd have earned right at $2,000. Well, we just increased the commission to 20%. So it wouldn't be $1,800 anymore, it'd be $3,600. Now that's something you can get pretty excited about. You know, one of the things that I learned a long time ago was that I'd rather earn a little percentage off of a lot of people's efforts than 100% of my own effort, right? Took me a long time to learn that. And I just coined it something else with helium and with iHUB, is that I'd rather earn 5, 10, or 15% rather than 1% of thousands of hotspots than 100% of my own. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that here in a second. And, you know, it all comes down to whether or not you want to refer anybody, right? So, and this is just an example. This is not an, you know, a income guarantee or anything, and it's based on lots of different factors. We're going to take a hotspot and we're going to assume for a second that it makes 100 helium a month, number one, and that you refer 35 people. Now, those 35 people don't have to buy anything, nor do you have to buy anything. So you can join for free. They can join for free. They can also request one of our hotspots for free, right? A free deployment. And here's what happens. You're basically building 4 teams, but it's really just basically 35 people. So I'm just going to keep it real simple, 35 people. You earn different percentages based on where you're at with those 35 people. 20%, then 25%, then 30%, and then 35% off of that person's particular hotspot, right? That they have in their home or their business. Now, you know, over the course of a year, you would earn 1,200 from this group, 3,000 helium from this group, 3,600 helium from this group, 4,200 helium from this group, and that's like 12,000 helium. So just multiply it out, guys. Just take 12,000 and multiply it by the current value of helium, which again is somewhere, this has got $20 in there. That's a good price. It's been over $20. In fact, it was at $23 at one time. That's 240 grand, right? That's $250,000, just as an explanation of how our referral plan works. So really the most powerful affiliate plan I've ever seen in my life. So the next thing that we're going to show you is where helium is going. And that's an exciting part. Now, we know how projections are. We don't know if they're going to come true or not come true, but there's a good reason why helium will go up in value, because it's not a speculative type of cryptocurrency. It's a utility, right? It has a function. It already has customers, and it has a whole ecosystem that Michael might talk about if we're lucky. You know, projected to be $52. So take that 12,000 helium and multiply it by $52. You know, multiply it by 252 and see if you get excited. Multiply it by 605, and I know you're going to get excited, right? I mean, this is not us talking. This is them talking. These are the experts that are telling us where helium is going to be valued in the future. Wouldn't you have liked to have known that about other cryptocurrencies? I was told, right? And I wish I was told. I had a lot of Bitcoin at one time and sold it when it was $12. I thought I had died and went to heaven, only to discover that I wish that I would have held on to it. But you know, if these projections and predictions come even close to being true, we're going to have some very happy and some very wealthy affiliates. So this is the thing that I'm most excited about. I mean, this Helium Track software, this is a company that we recently acquired. The developers and their company came aboard, and now they're exclusive to iHUB Global. And it really is, it takes all the guesswork. And that's what the most frustrating part of placing one of these hotspots is, that you just don't know, right? You just don't have the wherewithal, nor did you have, now you do. You didn't have the wherewithal to figure it out ahead of time to say, you know what, that's not such a good spot. I don't think that, I think I'm going to put it somewhere else. And now we have that right at our fingertips, and everybody that joins for free has got 10 free virtual mining assessments. And I know that is a mouthful and it probably doesn't mean much to you, but it allows you to put in addresses and check whether or not that address is a good location for a hotspot. So join for free. You'll be able to click on a link in the dashboard of your back office and then put in some addresses. Tomorrow night, like I said earlier, you guys, if you'll be here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on this very same Zoom room, which only has 1,000 seats, and we've got 777 people on here right now, which is a great number. You're going to see something just absolutely amazing as we take you through the second phase of the Helium Track software. So, this is just a little example of what it does. It gives you all the intelligence again that, and it's just so much more. I mean, wait until you see it. It gives you all the scoring. It allows you to send somebody a free virtual mining assessment on that particular location. And well, you'll see it all explained tomorrow. So I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to let Eric and Rick explain it tomorrow. One of the things that we're working on is a way to give you the method of easily spending all of the helium that you're going to be earning. And, in the past, you had to open up different accounts with different exchanges and so on and so forth. And if you lived in certain states, you couldn't do it because it was restricted. We have an agreement with a company called OGPay that is going to give you a virtual and or a real debit card, right? Just like this one, that will allow you to deposit your helium right in your OGPay back office, and then use your virtual or real debit card to spend your helium just like cash. And it will be exchanged at the current rate of whatever the rate is that particular minute, just and exchange it. And you can pay for your Starbucks coffee, you can make your house payment, you can make a car payment, whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do that and do it very effectively and very easily just by using your OGPay credit card. There's a whole bunch of information. We're very, very close to finalizing this. We're just waiting for the company to tell us that they already have 4 other cryptocurrencies on their exchange, on their card, on their platform. We're just waiting for them to tell us that they've added helium, and we have a call tomorrow afternoon, and I'm hoping that is the good news that we've been waiting for. Our schedule, every Monday, 9 p.m., we do this, right? We explain the helium opportunity. On Tuesday, we do an incredible training, and so you definitely don't want to miss that. And again, don't want to miss tomorrow's because it will be off the chart. On Thursday, we're going to do another more in-depth training on the Helium Track system, because it is going to take a little bit of training, but once you get it and you understand it, it's a very, very simple piece of software to operate. So with that, I want to thank you for your time, your attention, and your patience as I kind of stumbled through some of the things, and early on as we got started, had the wrong set of slides. So, hey, with that, Michael, I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend, and I'll let you play cleanup for me.
Thanks a lot, Chuck. Great presentation. Here, let me just add a couple of pieces to the picture for those of you that may be new looking at this. So, Chuck, you mentioned about how amazing helium is because it's a utility token, and that this whole project really revolves around a real world application of what is going on with the Internet of Things here. And, you know, one of the things that really got me on some of the early presentations, Chuck, is when you were sharing the story of your friend, when we were asking people, hey, what do you know about the Internet of Things? And everybody was like, not much or nothing. And then this one guy said, oh, I know all about it. I own a vending machine company, and all of my vending machines are connected to the internet and place their own order to restock the supplies. All the person had to do to restock it is look at their iPad, and they know precisely what to take to each vending machine. And he explained how much time and money that saved the company. And at that point, when you mentioned that, it was like, oh, I get that. That's like a really practical, real world understanding of what this was all about. And from that point forward, I got it. I got the context of how there's all these devices that are going to make life better for us in our area. So just a little bit of background. Helium got its start back in 2013 when a group of really forward-thinking analysts and engineers and entrepreneurs got together after taking a serious deep dive analysis of this world of the Internet of Things. And they recognized that the biggest issue was, okay, you can create all kinds of neat technology that can output data to make life better, but that data has to get to the internet somehow. And they saw that there was not a very simple, easy process. In fact, most companies had to create their own infrastructure for each project to do it, or rely on using an expensive cellular data plan that was difficult to connect to your devices. So when they came up with this idea back in 2013, imagine how audacious that was, to think that this company is going to build a peer-to-peer network around the world to provide an easy way for all these IoT devices to get their data to the internet. And that's precisely what they did. Now, what does it mean peer-to-peer? It means that you and I, we can have one of these devices and add it to the network and add coverage in our local area to provide increasingly larger geographical area as we bring this around the world. And to incentivize us, they created their own blockchain and cryptocurrency that Chuck's been talking to you about. And so it really is an extraordinary utility token. And let me just kind of give you a flavor for how this process goes, because it really is its own complete ecosystem, as they say. So you got all these devices that need to get their data to the internet. It uses this Helium network to allow us, through our connection to the internet with these devices for the nearby IoT devices, to get the data to the internet. And then the people that need that data, the manufacturers or the users of that data, they pull it down from the internet. But here's the thing that really drives this, is that the Helium token is created as part of what they call proof of coverage mining, meaning that as various different actions take place to prove that we physically added a node to this network to allow IoT data to get to the internet, it produces Helium tokens. But the people that need that data, they have to buy those tokens and they convert it to data credit, something that they pay for the data in real time, no upfront contract that they have to pay monthly or anything. And the cost for that data is like 100 times less than what they would have to pay if they were doing it through a cellular plan. So when those Helium tokens are converted to data credits, it removes the Helium token from circulation. So as the network is built and more IoT companies and devices move onto the network, you end up with a constant production and consumption of helium tokens that drives the whole thing. And it gives a very stable ecosystem to the whole concept. Very, very powerful concept, way different than just speculating on yet the next currency, cryptocurrency that may or may not actually, manifest in some real world application. Right now, as Chuck says, we got 106,000 units that have been deployed since December of 2019 around the world. And it's just a drop in the bucket. It's going to take some 3 million units just to cover the US, probably tens of millions of units to cover all the cities around the world. So we are absolutely in the right place at the right time to get involved in the awareness and the education and the training of people of how they can participate by getting one of these deployed units from iHUB into their locations, into the best producing areas, how to produce the best producing areas as we train people how to do that and develop this network around the world. We've got maybe 3 to 5 years max to get this network built around the world, and then it's done. Right? The network's done. They don't need to build any more nodes because the network's got coverage everywhere around the world. But helium's business model moves on for 50 years. So for decades and decades, people that have built those network, that produced the nodes and put the affiliate teams together to make it happen, will be getting residual income in the form of helium for decades to come for themselves and their families. So definitely get back together with who invited you to this presentation, get your questions answered. You do not need to be an expert on any of this. Just plug people into the presentations. These things are easy to operate. You basically plug it into your electricity. It uses like $1 a month in electricity. You hook it up to your internet connection, other than maybe which window to put it in or whether or not to get a better antenna than the one that comes with it. The rest of it is set it and forget it. And so definitely right place, right time. Welcome to iHUB Global. Back to you, Chuck.
Real good, Michael. Thank you very much. And, great explanation of, the usage of what the IoT network is all about. So, hey guys, I was on with an engineer the other day and he said, did you know that Helium, the company Helium, has grown and deployed more coverage, right, than in the last 2 years than AT&T and Verizon have combined over the last 10. And what he's talking is about the speed of adoption, right? The speed of adoption, right? And how, this is going to, and I'm already starting to read articles of how we're going to give AT&T and Verizon a run for their money as things move forward. And you're going to hear a lot more about that as things progress. So with that, so don't miss tomorrow night. Whatever you do, get back to the person that invited you on here, get to their website, get registered for free, start getting educated, start going through the videos, start learning about things. And, if you're like me, when I heard about this 12 months ago, I was over the top excited about it because I thought we had found, and we had, the holy grail of products. I've never seen a product that you could put somewhere and it would make money 24/7, 365. And now free deployment, right? Doesn't cost you a dime, doesn't cost your Now, again, it's going to be put in the right places, right? Those locations are going to have to qualify, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow night, but we're going to put them in the right locations because literally we have millions of people that want these and a, limited supply because of the chip shortage, the semiconductor shortage, the pandemic, and all the other things that have taken its toll on us over the last 18 months. So with that, Michael, thanks for everything that you do, buddy. And we had a great crowd on here tonight, and we hope that we'll see all of you guys on here tomorrow at 9 p.m. East Coast time. We'll open it up a tad earlier because I know we'll have 1,000 people on here easy. So come early, get a front row seat, introduce yourself, shout out, and with that, we'll call it a night. Good night, everybody. Good night, Autumn. Good night, John, sitting in the background, taking care of all the things that we do. So with that, good night, everybody.